Hello friends, so here is another question, and it has been given that a railway train 200 meters long, it is moving with a speed of 72 kilometers per hour. Calculate the time taken by the train to cross a bridge 0.8 kilometers long. Okay, so let us try to visualize this question because it is very important and involves a very important concept. So here let's say we have the train. Okay, okay, this is the train and it has to cross a bridge. Okay, the length of the bridge is 0.8 kilometers. Okay, this from here to here, and the length of the train is 200 meters. Now we can say that this train has crossed the bridge. What does it mean that the train has crossed the bridge? When this last point, last section of this last bogie of the train, the last point of the last bogie, this end point, it crosses this point. Okay, this is the last point of the bridge. This is the last point or end of the bridge. So when this end crosses this point, then only we can say that this train has completely crossed the bridge. So for this point has to cover this total 0.8 kilometers or 800 meters it has to cover, plus the length of the train, that is from here to here, it has to cover to reach here. Okay, it has to cover again this much distance. So the final position of crossing of the bridge will be something like this. Okay, this is the final position. So then the total length that it has to cover is 800 meters plus 200 meters, which is the length of the train, 200 meters. Okay, this is the total distance covered. Okay, which is 1000 meter or 1 kilometer. Okay, now the speed of the train is given in kilometers per hour. Okay, it is given in kilometers per hour. So it is best that we cover it, convert it into meters per second. 1000 by 60 into 60 meters per second. So it is coming around 20 meters per second. So the time taken for the train to cross the bridge is given by distance covered or total distance covered divided by speed. Okay, this is the speed of the train in meters per second. The distance also has to be expressed in meters. It is 1000 meter, which is the total distance covered, which is the length of the bridge, plus the length of the train. That is the total distance. Okay, this. So 1000 meters by speed, which is 20 meters per second. Okay, so this gives us 50 seconds. 50 seconds. This is the time taken for the train to entirely cover the bridge, which means the last ending point of the last bogie has to cover the last point or end point of the bridge. This. Okay, this is the start, the beginning, the start of crossing this point, and this is the end position. This is the start position, this is the end position. Okay, this. The total distance is 20, the total time taken is 50 seconds. So here if you just calculate, that is 800, the total length of the bridge only 800 by speed, then it will be wrong. Okay. Hello friends, so here is another question, and it has been given that an object, it travels different distances with different speeds in the same direction. So we have to find the expression for average speed. So basically, let's say the object, it covers first a distance, let's say S1, okay, with velocity or speed V1, okay, V1, okay, speed, because if I put S here it will create confusion. It covers first a distance S1 with speed V1, then a distance S2 with speed V2, and then a distance S3 with speed V3, okay, like this. So here all the distances, they are different from each other. S1 is different from S2, is different from S3. Also the speeds are different, okay, V1 is different from V2, which is different from V3. Now we know the expression of average speed is given as the total distance traveled by total time taken, this. So here the total distance is this, S1 plus S2 plus S3. This is the total distance. They are all unequal, but this is the total distance covered by the object. Time. Now the object, it covers distance S1 with speed V1. So the time taken by the object to cover this distance S1 is T1 is S1 by V1, okay. Similarly, the object covers a distance S2 with speed V2. So the time taken by the object to cover this distance S2 is S2 by V2. Time is distance by speed, okay. Speed is, we know, distance by time. So obviously time will be distance by speed. Yes. Similarly, T3 will be S3 by V3. So the total time taken here is T1 plus T2 plus T3, which can be rewritten as S1 plus S2 plus S3 divided by S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2 plus S3 by V3. This is the expression of average speed. So here let's say if it covers n number of unequal distances, then the expression of average speed will be s1 plus s2 plus s3 plus dot dot dot. Let's say it covers n such distances and it has n such different speeds, then it will be s1 by v1 plus s2 by v2 plus s3 by v3 dot 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 sn by vn. This is the general expression of average speed of an object which covers unequal distances with different speeds in the same direction. Okay. So friends, here is another question. So it has been given that an object, it travels with different speeds during different time intervals in the same direction. Find the expression for the average speed. Okay, so here basically what it is saying that, let's say we have an object, it is traveling with different speeds. Let's say for a time interval of duration t1, seconds or minutes, whatever it is, of t1 units, it is traveling with a velocity v1 or with a speed v1, okay, not velocity, speed. And then for the next, let's say t2 seconds or minutes, which is different from t1, it is traveling with a speed v2. Then for another t3 seconds or units, whatever unit of time you have taken, it is traveling with velocity v3. Here t1 is different from t2, is different from t3, all are unequal, and also the speeds are different. So the average speed, as we have already discussed in the previous question, average speed is total distance covered by total time taken. Okay, this. So here we know speed is equal to distance by time. So we can say distance is equal to speed into time. So we can say in this t1 seconds, the object traveling with speed v1, it covers a distance of v1 t1. Similarly, in the next t2 seconds, the object traveling with speed v2 covers a distance s2 is equal to v2 t2, that is product of speed and time. And in the duration t3 seconds, traveling with speed v3, the object, it covers a distance v3 t3. Simple, product of speed and time, which gives us distance. The distances covered by the object during these time durations t1, t2, t3, product of the speeds during that duration and the time. So here total distance is s1 plus s2 plus s3 divided by total time t1 plus t2 plus t3. Substituting these values, it is equal to v1 t1, v2 t2 plus v3 t3 divided by t1 plus t2 plus t3. This is the expression of average speed. Let us say there are n such durations, time durations, and there are n such speeds, and in that case the expression of average speed will be, for such case, will be s1 plus s2 plus s3 plus dot 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 plus sn by t1 plus t2 plus t3 plus dot 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 tn, which will be equal to different speeds for each duration v1 t1 plus V2 T2 plus V3 T3 plus dot 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 Vn Tn divided by T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus Tn. This is the expression. Okay.